If Nick Foles beats the Bears, no matter what happens to Carson Wentz health-wise this season, does he deserve to be the quarterback the rest of the way?
Yes, he does. Hands down, yes. I believe that even last week, once they won the game, if Carson Wentz was 100% ready to go, you ride with the hot hand here. And I'll say this to just clarify. Carson Wentz is clearly a more talented player than Nick Foles. But Nick Foles has played phenomenal the last few weeks, and I will say they've played some teams that they match up very well with, and you and I know that it's a matchup sport. But the team has rallied around it, too. It's unified them. And the Eagles have changed their style of play. I've even said on Pro Football Talk, it's annoyed me a little bit about Philadelphia, where they've got into more of the style of how they played last year, which was running in between the tackles, some quick throws, an occasional shot down the field. They got away with that with Carson Wentz. It got too enamored with him just standing in the pocket trying to dissect people and throwing lasers all over the field, and they didn't play to their strengths. But, yeah, I'm with you. At least I think I'm with you there. If they win this weekend, you ride with Nick Foles until it's over.
I think Nick Foles and what the Eagles do is one of the more interesting storylines of this entire postseason. I mean, he caught lightning in a bottle last year, took them to a Super Bowl, graciously, took some more money, but graciously accepted a backup role. Now here he is coming in again, winning games at the end of the regular season. If Nick Foles catches fires again, let's say, Chris, they get to the NFC Championship game or beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, what do the Eagles do at that point long term?
That is like the million-dollar question. And to add to this conversation, to me, like, I look at the Chicago Bears as being very similar to last year's Philadelphia Eagles team. Like, nobody's really quite respecting them. I think they're the second-best team in the NFC. They got a great defense, pass rushers. People are doubting the quarterback just like they were doubting Nick Foles last year in the playoffs. But, yeah, the Eagles are going to be in a true problem there. And I don't know what they do at this point. I would ride with Carson Wentz even if things happen this year, because I do think the end game, Carson Wentz is the more talented football player. He's young in his career. And I guess the other thing I would say is they've invested a lot to get Carson Wentz. So I guess those are the angles I would play there. I do think Nick Foles is a good quarterback. He is certainly going to be a starting quarterback somewhere next year, I would imagine. But I don't think his talent level or his ceiling is nearly as high as a Carson Wentz. Let's not forget, Carson Wentz was clearly going to be the MVP last year in the NFL when he got hurt in Week 14. I mean, I thought it was his to lose. I can remember in the Rams game where he hurt his knee, Howie Long coming on halftime because it was a Fox game going, I'm watching John Elway out here. And it just tells you how crazy the NFL is. One injury, one thing happens, and it can just totally flip your world around.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.